Hello, welcome along to Tim's desk and an inbox review of Revell's mk1 Golf GTI. Now this is quite a recent release, 2014 I believe, and I bought this for a friend to build for him. I also bought the Mark II Golf at the same time. So I've got quite a good judge of old Revell Mark II Golf to this newer release of mk1 Golf. Now the first thing I noticed was the amount of sprues that's in this. This is quite heavy. There's quite a lot in there compared to the Mark II, which was like about a 1980s kit. The Mark II is still a very good kit, but this is light years ahead of the build quality and what you get inside here. So let's get the box open and show you what's in there. So, as with all Revell kits, they come in these horrible flimsy boxes, open end type. That's the only real bugbear for me with Revell. Terrible boxes. You can't stack no more than 3 of these, 4 of these on top of each other, and you can't put anything else heavier than them on top, or they collapse down and squish your kit, which is always a shame. But nice box art on the front, nice little official license of Volkswagen hologram in the corner, which is nice. On the front there, it tells you it builds up to 15.5 centimeters long, so it's small but nothing too bad. Nice box art picture, nice model, sorry, of pictures on the side there of the built kit. Around the other side, please don't eat the kit, please don't stick it to your child type of warnings. So slide out what you get inside. First thing when you open the box is the main body. This part is separate, which is a bit of a shame. It's nothing really protected on it. So say if you do get it squished, this is going to bite the dust on this one. There's a couple of sprue gates to the top of the body there. The plastic itself is very nice. Very nice door opening on the sides. The gaps are looking good. The swage line down the side, a recessed handle for the handle we're stuck on. That's very different to the Mark II Golf kit, where the handle's moulded on and you get no visible sign where you'd put the hand in. Fuel caps will be a separate item on there. The other side, same, nice again. There's a couple of swirls where the plastic's gone into the mould, where you've got to be careful when you're spraying it to make sure it doesn't come through. But other than that, that's nice. Shame you can't open the doors on there. It'd be nice to have like an open door type kit, but you do get an open bonnet and you do get an engine. So we can't knock them too much for that. What's in the rest of there? Slide all this lot out. Now you get 2 sprues. This bag here. You get your tyres, you have your clear parts bag, you get 2 sprues inside there, looking all nice. We'll have a look a bit more in it. And then you get another bag with another 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other sprues inside there. So you get a good amount. Let's have a quick flick through here. We've got our Decals sheets on there. Printed in Italy. Now there's a good chance these are cartograph Decals, but they don't print that on there. They're made by Revell. Very nicely registered, absolutely spot on. Checker seats decal there, absolutely super. Really nice, really nice. These are very thin, see through the lights, and they're not like a heavy raised type decal. So with some solver set on those, they will settle down absolutely wonderful. You've got the red for around the grille here, but I'd probably opt for painting that on instead. They do give you decals for the mirrors. I would prefer to use the real metal burnish on stuff for there. Large different selection of number plates on there. You've got several different types of German plates, just a nice Golf GTI. You've got a Netherlands, Great Britain, France, Czech, Swiss, yeah, Italian, Austrian, Bulgarian. Very nice indeed. Put that on the side. So onto the instructions. Usual Revell booklet type with that. First few pages, don't sell it to your mother, something like that. Lots of all the different types of warnings you get in the kit. Paint call outs done by letters, and then you have to go back through, match it up with numbers, find your paint colours. Most of them are probably going to be different variants of black, and then you've got some gold, you've got clear matte, you've got some orange, red, fiery red. It depends what body colour you want to do it in. The breakdown of your sprues on there. So first 2 pages are engine bay. You make up your engine, gearbox. You've got your camshaft cover there, exhaust, move on to your main block, start putting the engine bay together, as it's a separate part to the kit, which is going to make it quite nice and easy if you want to super detail that with any extra wiring and stuff like that. That's going to make that life a lot easier there. Drop the motor in, brake servo, radiator. What part's that down there? That could be battery, and what would we see next to that? Possible fuse box. No, maybe an ABS. There must be an ABS module, maybe. I didn't have them on this age sort of car. Some more plumbing, air filter. That's what that was. That's the metering head next to the battery. Air intake hose going down. Back scuttle going down onto the main chassis. Then we start moving on to the brakes and front suspension. You fix those in. Lower subframe, put the exhaust on, rear beam and suspension, make your wheels, stick all your wheels together, start putting your interior together. Now this is where you get some options, which I really quite like the idea in this kit. A lot of the car kits that are made by Revell are designed for the European market, or they're just built off German cars or European cars, so they're always left-hand drive. Whereas this one, it actually gives you the option of left or right-hand drive, which I think is really smart, because in England the Mark II Golf is very, very, very popular, so popular, and it's still got such a mass. Sorry, must have Mark 1. Mark 1 Golf is such a mass following. It made sense to them to do this, and I think that's really going to please a lot of British car builders for this one. So there you go. You can put the pedals either side. You move on to your seats, do your internal doors, put your parcel shelf and door sides down. Now again, you've got European versions for the windscreen wipers and the door mirrors, and then you've got British versions for the windscreen wipers and door mirrors. European or British roof, steering wheels going on, and then you've got to pick the European or the British dash, so you get left or the right hand drive on there. Absolutely wonderful idea, Revell. Well done indeed. You move on to putting the dash and the bonnet on together, stick the interior into the roof, stick your chassis on, move on to the rear panel. You've got exhaust and the rear scuttle, rear main panel on there. You put your front panel on, lower lip, rear window goes in, your tail lights, your side windows, rear bumpers, rear wiper. I would have probably stuck these windows in far before this point. I probably would have done a lot of the body, do a lot of the body work before we ever get to this point on there. Stick them, get them stuck in with some clear glazing glue. So again, back onto door handles, wing mirrors, fuel cap windows. Make up the front grille with the headlights and badge. Stick your number plates on. Windscreen wipers, aerial, mirror. That's you done. Little Mark 1 Golf built. Absolutely fabulous. You could quite easily start modifying this and do some very funky and cool things. There's so many different sets of wheels out there in this scale. You could very quite easily, I'm sure, work a way to lower it down, put a different set of rims on it, do a lovely paint job. If you know anyone with a Mark 1 Golf, you can maybe even quite easily build their car for the amount of options of extra aftermarket parts you can get out there, and you have a lovely little model of a Mark 1 Golf. Now let's get the bags open and go through and look at the sprues. Okay, so the first bag we're going to go through has the interior parts. Now, first one here, we've got the front seats, rear seats, roof lining, back of the rear seats, part of the radiator, airflow meter, which looks to be the oil cooler on there, some hoses, the air intake on the main engine. And now the roof line is quite nice, nicely detailed, as it would have had the bars across. I don't think there would have been actually needed to be a recessed panel line in there, but it gives you the impression of there, which is perfectly fine. Some visors moulded on, which is quite nice, much different to the Mark II kit. Didn't have any of this at all. Recaro seats, nicely done, quite like them. They look good with the checker decal down there, same as the rear ones on there. Backs of the seats, oil cooler, nicely detailed. Air intake should come from the airflow meter. That big dip in the middle there, it looks like it's an injection fault, but trust me, that is 100% there on the proper car. So that's very well reproduced on there. Some small finer detailed rear view mirror, the grab handles in the car. Yep, nicely detailed there. Moving on to this sprue, you've got the two different dashes, your left to your right hand side. Nicely detailed, nicely shaped. Air vents, really nice. Central grille there. It looks to be the ashtray and cigarette lighter. You've got the stereo in the dash, the dials, more air vents over that side. Very, very well done, Revell. Well done. Wheels, standard Volkswagen Steelies. Nice. Internal doors, moulded on hand, window winder and door handle and armrest on there. Again, all recessed panel lines front side there. There's a few different colours and parts you've got to paint on there, so that does make that a little bit easier. But very nice, very well detailed. You've got the centre console. Get that main shot there. Centre console on there. Yep, nicely done. Last one there. You've got the steering wheel, which does on the back have the texture of the grip. You've got a front guard and some other external body pieces, bumpers, and that's looks to be the rear frame. Next bag. Okay, so this is the bag with the 5 sprues in there. We've got the lower chassis, very well detailed on there. All of the ribs, fuel tank, spare wheel well, gear linkage down there. You've got the exhaust, windscreen wipers and suspension. Nicely done. Rear lower subframe for the engine. Super nice, super nice. Comes to this one, you've got the main interior hub, tub in there. You've got the bonnet, louvers nicely moulded on the back there. You've got the radiator assembly there. You've got the main end, now you've got the engine bay tub as well. It's going to make it much easier if you want to add the wiring loom in there and do the spark plugs. Much easier. You've got the lower section of the gearbox and main engine there. This sprue contains all the engine. So you've got the main block, cam cover, exhaust, pulleys, brake servo, distributor. Quite small one on there. You should be able to just drill that out and start getting some wires in there for spark plugs. Nicely done, nice Volkswagen on the cam cover there. Next little sprue there containing the exhaust. You could do, it's actually, let's try and get that better in shot. There you go. It is actually hollowed out at the end. You could do a little bit more being drilled out and just shaped a little nicer, but well done for trying, Revell there. Backs of the wheels, front grille, nicely done. Volkswagen badges, centre hubcaps, nice, very nice. Now onto the clear sprue. Now we get 2 clear sprues on here, which hold front windscreen, front drivers, passengers windows, rear windows, and then the rear main boot window. These, it's going to be a little hard on camera, but they are super clear. Absolutely wonderful. It's a little bit of changing on one of the rear ones, but they're clear and they're going to look good in the vehicle. Very nice. I know some people like to dip their clear parts. I don't really understand that myself. You could quite easily, If you wanted to, give them a bit more of a polish, but I'd quite happily say, out the box, they are very, very usable. You can see, you can see through there how clear they look through. You can see the cutting mat. Same again on those parts there. That is super. Super, Revell. Well done. Okay, so last up we have the 4 rubber tyres. Now the tread pattern, let me just try and get that on there. Yeah, you can spot that on there. It's very nice, but it is lacking any sidewall detail at all. That's a shame. I would have thought with the Volkswagen license they might have been able to put some sort of Pirelli or something on the side of them. That's a little bit of a shame there. Nice tread pattern though, so that's a good side. Right, so that's my go through what's in the box of Revell's 124 Mark 1 Golf. I would highly recommend this. I'm seeing these out on the eBay for sale from anything from 17 to 20 pounds. You get a lot of kit in this box for that sort of money. Yes, it's not a big American classic. It hasn't got a massive V8, but in Europe, this is a classic of the European cars. It's the one of the very first hot hatches. This is what started hot hatch. It's got such a massive following. For the money, buy it, build it. I'm quite sure you will enjoy this. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review.